Today, we journey into the heart of the Devereaux Mansion, where a true attic horror story lies dormant. Follow Alicia as she navigates the twisted corridors and shadowy depths of her family's legacy, confronting curses, voodoo relics, and the chilling specter of her ancestry. The Devereaux Mansion loomed before me, its once grand facade now marred by the passage of time and the weight of haunting secrets. The ivy-covered steps leading up to the entrance were cracked and overgrown, but I could still make out the intricate carvings on the stone walls. As I stood at the foot of the steps, my hand trembling as it reached for the ornate doorknob, a mix of excitement and dread filled me. This mansion was my birthright, a piece of my family's legacy, and a secret hidden from me until now. With hesitant steps, I ascended the weathered steps, each one creaking under my weight. The air was thick with the scent of nostalgia, a potent blend that stirred memories long forgotten. Pushing open the heavy oak door, I stepped into the foyer. Dust motes danced in the shafts of sunlight filtering through stained glass windows, casting an eerie glow upon faded portraits lining the walls. I walked through the labyrinthine corridors, my footsteps echoing in the emptiness. The air grew colder as I climbed the spiral staircase leading to the attic, anticipation building in my chest like a coiled serpent ready to strike. At last, I reached the attic door and pushed it open. The musty smell of decay hit me like a wall. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I beheld a scene straight out of a Gothic novel. Old trunks scattered about amidst forgotten treasures, shrouded in cobwebs and shadows. Driven by fear and curiosity, I began to sift through the artifacts. Each item whispered secrets of days long gone, and then I found a hidden compartment sealed shut from prying eyes. With trembling hands, I pried open the lid, revealing a trove of voodoo relics and symbols. They felt imbued with a powerful energy that sent shivers down my spine. Up there in the darkness of the attic, a spark of determination ignited within me. I was determined to uncover the truth about my family's past, no matter how dark and dangerous it may be. Curiosity mingled with fear as I examined the relics, each pulsing with a dark energy that seemed to emanate from within. Symbols etched into weathered bones and faded fabrics, their meaning lost to time. Determined to get a better look, I reached for the nearby candles, their wicks barely holding onto flickers of life. I lit each candle, casting a warm glow that danced across the attic's walls. Shadows writhed and shifted in the dim light, adding to the eerie atmosphere that enveloped me. As the flames swayed gently in the still air, I leaned closer to examine the relics, their intricate details revealed in the candlelight. But just as I thought I might uncover their secrets, a sudden gust of wind swept through the attic, extinguishing the candles instantly. I gasped in surprise, my heart pounding in my chest as darkness enveloped me once more. The attic seemed to hold its breath, the silence broken only by my ragged breathing. A sense of unease settled over me like a heavy blanket, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was not alone. I fumbled for my lighter, the small flame casting feeble light into the darkness. Shadows danced and flickered on the walls, their movements unnaturally fluid. As I strained to see through the gloom, a whisper of movement caught my attention. A fleeting glimpse of something moving just beyond the reach of the flickering light. My pulse quickened, and I called out into the darkness, my voice echoing in the stillness. But there was no response, only the silence of the attic closing in around me. With a shiver of unease, I realized I discovered something far more sinister than I had ever imagined. While I stood alone in the darkness, I knew the secrets hidden within the attic's walls were far from ready to reveal themselves. I first became aware of a family curse through the whispers and rumors that echoed through family gatherings. Each mention was accompanied by hushed tones, as if speaking its name aloud might invite its wrath. However, it wasn't until I stumbled upon the hidden compartment in the attic, filled with voodoo relics and symbols, that I began to suspect the truth behind the tales. I spent several nights immersed in the unraveling of my family's history. I searched through old notes and documents to reveal the hidden secrets in the attic. The curse that had plagued us for generations seemed to have its roots in the suffering of the enslaved people on our ancestors' plantations. As I pieced together the connections between the voodoo relics in the attic and the curse, I realized the enormity of the task ahead. Finding the relics wasn't enough. I needed to confront the force that held our family in its grip. Determined to break the curse, I sought out Marie Laveau, a voodoo priestess known for her ability to dispel even the strongest of condemnations. Despite the warnings of those who feared her magic, I knew she was my best chance for salvation. Equipped with knowledge and resolve, Marie Laveau and I explored the attic. The weight of centuries seemed to hang in the air around us, the spirits of the enslaved ancestors watching from the shadows. Marie Laveau began her rituals, invoking ancient ceremonies to call upon the spirits for assistance. The atmosphere crackled with energy as we pushed forward, determined to break the curse once and for all. But as we neared the climax of the rituals, a darkness descended upon us. Shadows danced along the walls, and fear gripped my heart. Yet Marie Laveau remained resolute, her determination unwavering. With a final chant, she unleashed a surge of energy that tore through the darkness. As the attic fell silent, I questioned whether or not our journey was over. The scars left by the curse ran deep, but I was determined to ensure that it would never again plague my family. The confrontation with my granduncle, Jonathan Devereaux, loomed before me like a storm on the horizon, dark and foreboding. As I made my way through the bustling corridors of the sugar processing plant, the weight of the attic's revelations pressed upon my shoulders, each step a reminder of the burden I carried. Entering Jonathan's office at the heart of the plant, I found him seated behind his imposing desk, surrounded by the trappings of power. The air filled with tension as I sat opposite him, readying myself for the battle ahead. "Jonathan," I began, my voice steady, "we need to talk about the attic." His eyes narrowed, a flicker of unease crossing his features before he composed himself. "What about the attic, Alicia? It's just a space for storage, filled with old relics and forgotten memories." But I refused to be swayed by his dismissiveness. "It's more than that, Jonathan. With the assistance of Marie Laveau, I feel I may have broken the curse that has plagued our family." A shadow passed over Jonathan's face, and I noticed the slight droop on the left side of his mouth, the lingering aftermath of the stroke that had left him slightly paralyzed on the entire left side of his body. I believe it to be a physical manifestation of the weight of our family's history. Before I could continue, Jonathan's expression shifted, his hand clutching his chest as he gasped for breath. Panic surged within me as I rushed to his side, his face contorted in pain as he slumped forward in his chair. "Jonathan!" I cried out, frantically reaching for the intercom to summon help. Within moments, the plant staff rushed to his aid. As medical personnel tended to Jonathan, a sense of urgency gripped me. Was the stroke a recourse for our attempts to relieve the curse? Amid the crisis, I knew the battle to break the curse would continue. As I watched Jonathan get carried away for treatment, I vowed to press forward, no matter the obstacles in my path.